way. Seeing your team play at the home of football, that would be the day. The EFL Trophy. A chance for those clubs with a heart and soul to feel the magic of the cup. A chance for glory to write their own story, lifting silverware up on the world's greatest stage. And yeah, what will be, will be. But what if? What if we're about to create history? What if we're about to see our club's players become legendary and join the list of those that made themselves great at the greatest stadium the game is played in? And yeah, there could be heartache and the dream might break, but what if it doesn't? What if we score? What if he's done it? What if? What if? At Wembley, we've only gone and won it.
Yeah, last season delivered a thrilling Bristol Street Motors Trophy final. Peterborough captain Harrison Burrows scoring twice, including that 91st minute winner, to lift the trophy for the second time in their history. It's now time to make the draw for the group stages of next season's competition. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined by two men who've been there, done it, won it as managers, Lee Johnson and Paul Heckingbottom. Welcome along, gentlemen. Paul, let me start with you first of all. You won it in 2016 with Barnsley. I'm sure it feels like yesterday, not 8 years ago. But put into words what that competition means for the League One teams, the League Two teams and their fans.
Yeah, well, for the League One, League Two teams, it probably is the most realistic chance of getting to Wembley. For the fans as well, as soon as you get to the latter stages of that competition, it's a great opportunity to have a day out at Wembley and then go on and try and win it.
Yeah, Lee, you were in charge of Sunderland when they won it. Huge club. What did it mean to you? What did it mean to the club?
Yeah, big club. It was a fantastic occasion for us, given the fact it was the first time Sunderland had won at Wembley in nearly 50 years. And for the staff and the players, it was brilliant. Fans, it was good, but not as good as it could have been, obviously, due to COVID time. So that was the only regret, the fact that we couldn't celebrate them with them in the stadium, but a fantastic competition to win.
Right, the road to Wembley begins here now, and we are drawing the invited under-21 teams into the northern and southern groups. The invited teams include the under-21s from the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal and Liverpool. The 48 EFL teams have already been placed into groups, and I think we've already got some exciting-looking ties already. The first matches are scheduled to take place in early September. All EFL clubs will play 2 of their 3 matches at home in the group stages. So without further ado, let's get to the northern section of the draw. Lee and Paul, if you just give your bowls a quick stir, and I will just explain how this is going to work. Lee, you will draw the group ball, and then Paul, you will draw the invited team that will go into that group. So Lee, take it away.
OK, the first group is Group H.
Group H is Bradford, Mansfield and Rotherham. And they will be joined by...
Number 6.
Number 6, Newcastle United's under-21. So Bradford, Mansfield and Rotherham joined by Newcastle United's under-21s. Exciting times for those clubs. And the next group...
Group B.
That is Group B, and have a look at this group. It's Port Vale, Salford and Wrexham. Who's going to be making up the 4th team in that group?
Number 8.
And it is number 8, and it is Wolverhampton Wanderers who will be joining Port Vale, Salford and Wrexham in Group B. OK, the third group...
Third group is Group E.
Group E. That is Blackpool, Crewe Alexandra and Harrogate. And the invited team will be...
Number 3.
Number 3. This is good news for Blackpool, Crewe and Harrogate, because it is Liverpool's under-21s that will be joining those 3 clubs in Group E.
Group C.
Next up is Group C. That's Carlisle United, Morecambe and Wigan Athletic. Saw some big clubs in there.
Number 7.
And it's number 7, and they will be joined by Nottingham Forest's under-21. So that's Carlisle, Morecambe, Wigan and Nottingham Forest under-21s.
Group A.
Group A, that's Accrington Stanley. It's Stockport County and it's Tranmere Rovers. And the invited club is...
Number 2.
Number 2, that is Everton's under-21s. Accrington, Stockport, Tranmere and Everton's under-21s make up Group A.
Group G.
Next one is Group G. That's Chesterfield, Grimsby and Lincoln.
Number 4.
And they will be joined... Oh, they will be pleased. It's Manchester City's under-21s in Group G, joining Chesterfield, Grimsby and Lincoln. Couple more groups now to draw.
Group F.
It's Group F next. That's Barnsley, it's Doncaster Rovers and Huddersfield Town.
Number 5.
Number 5. They were probably waiting for this one. It's Manchester United's under-21s joining Barnsley, Doncaster and Huddersfield. Very good-looking Group F there.
That just leaves Group D.
And now it's Group D, the final group. That is Barrow, Bolton Wanderers and Fleetwood Town.
Number 1.
And joining them is Aston Villa's under-21 team. So there's some very intriguing groups we've seen there that you guys have just drawn out. Lee, let me start with you. Which one stands out for you the most there?
I think Liverpool's group stood out to me. I think there's some good sides in that. You know, different contrast, different style crew with their young players and their ability to play football. Blackpool as well, good academy, good area of the country that produces players. So there's some really interesting groups there, and it'd be great to see over a period of time how many of those Premier League under-21 players can be available for Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, because it can be a pathway, can't it, Paul, for these players to come through?
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for those players, not only for getting to the England team, which is what they'll all be dreaming of, but also to maybe get that first loan experience, because as a manager, you'll certainly be looking to how these young players perform against some real top quality League One opposition, as opposed to the games that you used to see them in, which is the under-21 league. OK,
so groups A to H have all been sorted in the northern section. We can now go to the southern section and once more just give the balls a stir. And it will be the same format as before. Lee will draw out the group and Paul, you will draw out the invited club. So Lee, take it away first of all.
OK, the first group will be Group D.
Group D, that is Gillingham, Peterborough United, who are, of course, the holders of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, and Stevenage as well.
Number 4.
And they will be joined by Crystal Palace's under-21 team. So Crystal Palace under-21s, Stevenage, Peterborough and Gillingham. That's Group D.
The second group is Group G.
That's Group G. That's Bristol Rovers, Exeter City and Swindon Town. And the invited club in Group G will be...
Number 7.
Number 7. Exciting times for these three clubs, because the club is Tottenham Hotspur's under-21 team. Bristol Rovers, Exeter, Swindon and now Tottenham's under-21s in Group G.
Group B.
Next up is Group B. That is AFC Wimbledon, Crawley Town and last season's beaten finalists Wycombe Wanderers. They'll be hoping to go one step further this time.
Number 2.
They'll be joined by number 2, and that is Brighton and Hove Albion's under-21 team. A couple of local ones there, but Brighton and Crawley facing each other. That's Group B.
Group E.
Next up, it is Group E. That's Colchester United, Leyton Orient and MK Dons. That's in Group E. And the invited club...
Number 1.
That's the one I think they wanted, because number 1 is Arsenal's under-21 team. They will join MK Dons, Leyton Orient and Colchester in Group E.
Group C.
Group C's next. Bromley, of course, in the Football League for the very first time, and into the Bristol Street Motors Southern draw alongside Cambridge United and Charlton. And joining them...
Number 3.
Number 3, that is Chelsea's under-21 team. An attractive-looking Group C then. Bromley, Cambridge, Charlton and Chelsea.
Group H.
Group H, that is Cheltenham Town, Newport County and Reading. The invited club in Group H is...
Number 8.
Number 8, and that is West Ham United's under-21 team. So Cheltenham, Newport and Reading can all look forward to a game against West Ham United's under-21s. Last couple of groups now.
Group A.
It's Group A, that is Birmingham City, back in this competition after their relegation from the Championship. They're in the same group as Shrewsbury and Walsall. And joining them...
Number 5.
Is number 5, and that is Fulham's under-21 team. So Birmingham, Shrewsbury, Walsall and Fulham's under-21s in Group A. And finally, everything will have gone right because we are left with...
Group F.
Group F. That is Burton Albion, it's Northampton Town and it's Notts County. And the final club invited is...
Number 6.
Number 6, and it is, of course, Leicester City's under-21 team. So Burton, Northampton, Notts County and Leicester's under-21 team. Really is an exciting time for these League One and League Two teams, but also, Lee, for the Premier League teams who are going to be fielding their young teams against these full-strength League One and League Two teams.
Yeah, it's fantastic because it's very, very different playing in that under-21 league than it is playing against men, you know, and playing against seasoned professionals that are aggressive, that are front foot. There's a nice contrast in styles normally between the teams in the group. So, you know, just looking at Tottenham there, for an example, you know, a lot of trips to the southwest, Bristol Rovers, Exeter, Swindon, a tough journey, tough games to play, and obviously games that not only can the senior players play, but also they can start blooding their young players as well.
Paul, who's more excited when these draws come out? Is it the League One and League Two teams, or is it the young Premier League players of the future?
Well, the Premier League players of the future should be excited because it's a whole new experience for them, and we've just spoke earlier about what the opportunity, you know, could present itself from the back of performing well in these games. But then I think it's down to the individual club circumstance. I'm looking at Bromley's group there, the first time in the Football League, Chelsea 21s and Charlton in their group, so their players will be excited about that in particular.
Paul, Lee, thank you very much indeed for your time. A seamless draw. Thank you very much indeed. That's it from today's Bristol Street Motors Trophy group stage draw. Don't forget, this season, the EFL and Sky Sports have a new landmark broadcast deal. It means every Bristol Street Motors Trophy game will be live and available to watch on Sky Sports. So best of luck to all the teams involved, and thanks for joining us. Coming up next on Sky Sports News, though, we'll recap today's Carabao Cup first round draw. See you soon.